Hello everyone, it's Perry. Thank you for coming back to my channel. You have come to Authentic Life Tarot. Today, if you had watched my first videos, I had put out just like a welcome, my very first video for my channel and all those kinds of things. And as I had stated in that, I had been really sick this past week, and I can tell you, after doing my readings yesterday, I felt 100% better. That was my hope, was that I finally was going to do what Spirit asked me to do, and my guts would get back into order. So we're getting there, so that's great. It has also opened up just my creativity a little bit, I guess. I started painting again, which I haven't done for a really long time. And it's one of those things that I really enjoy doing, and it helps just nurture my soul and helps me grow as a person and deal with a lot of stress issues. So if those are things that you've been having challenges like I have been having in the last couple weeks, well, it's gotten really bad the last week, but the last month has been very difficult, as we all know. This reading is going to be meant to be timeless, so if you come upon this video a year from now, you can pick one of these piles, and the hope would be that it would resonate with your situation at that moment. Spirit is wonderful at being able to lead you to the messages that you need for that specific moment in your life, even if it's something that was from a long time ago. If it randomly, I'm one of those people, if it randomly pops up on my feed, even though it's like from 6 months ago, I'm like, oh, maybe Spirit maybe there's a message in there for me to listen to. So I just wanted to share a few things before I got going, but we have 3 piles here that I've done. What I've done here is I have my Moonstone I love. So this is going to be pile number 1. Pile number 2, I have a moss agate, which, I'm sorry, I don't know how well you can see it here, but they're gorgeous. I love them. Just calming energy. I do have the rest of the cards under there for that one. And then my third pile here is going to be number 3. I have a little Flourite that is green and purple Flourite. Helps with just psychic energy and being able to bring messages and things, and for you to be able to hear clearer. To Spirit, as you start awakening, if you're on your journey and you're figuring everything out and trying to figure out what works for you and what doesn't, if you are a light worker, starseed, anything along those lines, part of a twin flame relationship, more than likely you have already done research about crystals and stones and just their energies that they can help you with, energies that can help move through your body if you're feeling blocked or stuck someplace. So that's also something that is really interesting, that has helped me kind of ground in my energies and be able to process a lot of the outward energies that are I feel sometimes being bombarded on my little body, and can be kind of rough on you. So anyway, I just was sharing that a little bit to maybe somebody out there who needed to hear that. In any case, so we have Flourite, we have our little moss rock here, that's an agate, and then we have our Moonstone that always feels so amazing to me. So 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to go ahead and move piles 2 and 3 out of the way here, and we will get to those in a moment, but we will start with pile number 1, which is our Moonstone. And I can tell you that I saged all my decks, shuffled all my decks, blessed all my decks. I decided to do it this way today because I felt like me shuffling and trying to get the cards to come out. I like them to come out when they want to come out, but I also don't want to bore you all by waiting for 5 minutes for Spirit to give me one card, which sometimes happens, and that's okay if that happens. I know you guys want to be able to get your messages and move through. So I'm going to try it this way. If you guys like it this way, let me know. And the way you can let me know that is by sharing it, liking it, subscribing to my channel. So, light workers, what this reading is going to be for today is for us to look at the energies over this next week. For light workers, I kind of am going along the lines of right now today for this reading of light workers that are in their twin flame connection, or at least they've met them. They know who they are. They know they have a twin flame. They know who they are. And I'm even going to venture to say are at least having communication with them. If not online, texting, any of those things. So that's where I'm going right now. So light workers that are also in a twin flame journey. That's where we're going with these energies and what we want to find out for this next week. So this first card for our Moonstone group that I grabbed, it's my crystal, Crystal Mandala Oracle deck. So the first card that I pulled was just out of that deck for us to get an overall energy of what we're going to be looking at today for this group for the Moonstone that I have out. And I can tell you, I did look at this very first card in each one of these piles as I was drawing out the other cards and getting Spirit to give me the amount of cards that I wanted from each deck. So I have asked Spirit to go from this energy, this card, and the Moonstone to give us cards from these other decks that I have. So that is one thing I did. I did not look at any of these underneath here, which is the same for these other two piles. I did look at the first one to get that energy, and then I moved through to pick the rest of the cards. So, Moonstone group. First one that we have here, let me see, acceptance. So, people who are in this group, in this collective, who are either aware they're light workers or they're really starting to understand what that means, and they're actively searching that out, and they're looking for, obviously, acceptance. When you're a light worker, sometimes it's very hard to figure out who you want to tell, who you want to talk to about it. You think about how they're going to view you in the future. Are they going to not take you seriously after you talk to them about it? You just don't know. And so it can be kind of scary sometimes. But I think this has to do with accepting ourselves, really. And accepting who we are as light workers, and accepting that this earth and this planet at this time is exactly where we're supposed to be and exactly where we're meant to be. If we can't accept ourselves for who we are, for all of our oddities and all the things that we have to try to explain to everybody else about what you are feeling versus what they feel, which sometimes I don't even know what they feel. I'm like, are they just like nothing? I don't know. Anyway, that was a little tangent, but acceptance, that's great. So we need to learn to accept ourselves for who we are and who we chose to be coming here in this lifetime. So I have pulled out 3 cards from a couple of my decks. We're going to go, this first set here is just going to be energies that are surrounding this group in the collective. Looks like we have the King of Swords. Oh, that's good, guys. So we have some very powerful people coming in. That's good. We've got the, Seven of Wands. There we are right there. And, the World. Yay. I love this card. So the World. This is good, guys. If you start accepting yourself and you start loving and caring and nurturing your soul, the soul that you were before you chose this body to incarnate in, when you learn to do that, you are going to be able to move through some of the harder energies that we can be dealing with while we're here on this plane. So the next card, I have 3 more cards from another deck of mine that I had. And these I asked to pull to clarify these 3 first cards and their energies. So we have the King of Swords that ended up getting, this is a new deck for me. They got the Lovers. So people who chose the Moonstone and they are learning to accept themselves. We have this very strong, powerful male energy coming in. I'm feeling that is very strong and very decisive. And she likes, collect my thoughts. of what Spirit's showing me here. Is a very strong man. He is the king, so he has done work. He is further along in his journey than many other males out there, divine masculines. You can meet your divine masculine and they can kind of be in their page energy or their knight energy at the time, and then through them growing, they can move into their king energy. So if you are needing to accept things in your life, accept yourself for who you are and your gifts and all of those things, and you have been talking to somebody in your life who kind of represents this section here of being strong and decisive and coming in quickly, he's kind of one of those people who just comes in and like snaps his fingers and it's fixed. I don't know why I just saw that, but it did. And you're in that relationship with this person, so that's wonderful. Our next card here was the Seven of Wands, which I'm actually just going to turn right side up. We've talked about that before. I don't really read reversals, and necessarily. Sometimes I feel like when I have it out in a reading, if it's reversed, I will go in and then will read it upright. But if Spirit is telling me that this one specific time there's a reason why I want it upside down, then I'll read the reversal. Like, I'm not going to read this world reversal. I don't know that it's telling us anything different than the other messages that are going to come through with these cards. But Seven of Wands, the clarifying card for Seven of Wands is going to be Ten of Swords. Yay. So 10 of Swords. Any 10 is a completion of a cycle. So if you guys have been going through something and it's been hard to work through and hard to move through as a couple, that is going to be closed out. You're going to be able to shut down whatever that was taking that energy, and you're going to be able to move through that and move forward. And those are both really good things, which is going to then bring you to the World. The World is a card of just like everything's falling into place. Things are how you want them to be. It's like your 10 of Cups. It's just this all-encompassing dream life that you have been manifesting and working on. And the more you accept yourself, the more then you will be able to manifest what dreams and different things, ways that you would like your life to look. So the last clarifying card here for the World I'm going to look at here is the Knight of Cups. Good. So Knight of Cups, that's is very loving energy. It's not quite as mature as if it was a King of Cups, but that's okay. Okay, so I said that, and then I just got the feeling that this energy, this Knight of Cups energy, is actually coming from the Divine Feminine. She's working really, really hard on balancing her masculine and feminine energy to try and benefit the most amount. And in doing that, she's coming in and bringing in her masculine energy that is still kind of in the night stage, which is fine, because if she's divine feminine, she's usually a queen anyway in that energy. So if she's a queen in the in that energy and she's a knight in the other energy, I'm gonna say you're stable. You've worked hard to get to that place. That's really exciting. This group of divine feminine and divine masculine light workers, I think that you guys are moving in the right direction. You're heading in the right direction. You're going to have some great outcomes. This last card that I drew is from my Messenger Oracle deck. And what I asked for from this card was an overall action step that this group could be taking to help move them through the energies that we're having now and make steps forward and grow as a light worker. Possibly even moving themselves out to helping other people to grow as light workers, which is what we're here for. We want everybody here to level up. We want the earth and its vibrations to reach the point that we are then able to move into 5D. And that's why we're here. So anyway, last card here is going to be an action step for us. What do we have? Let go of the old. It's peacock, sorry. Peacocks are my favorite, so that's amazing to me. But it's telling you, this group that chose the Moonstone, you need to be accepting what's going on in your life. You need to accept who you are. You need to love who you are, my goodness. And you need to, let go of the old. What are some things in your life that you need to be getting rid of? You know it's there. You know there's a friend there somewhere that you talk to, that you spend time with, that maybe you shouldn't be spending so much time with. I don't know. I just feel like there are things that you need to be letting go that aren't serving you anymore. As you go through your journey and your path, you will be able to, as you grow, you'll realize that to be able to move forward, sometimes you have to let go of things that are no longer serving you. And sometimes that's people. And that's okay. If you guys are not vibing on the same, if you guys are not in the same tribe, in the same group, there's no reason for you to be, don't take this the wrong way, but wasting your time. Let that go so you can let the things that need to be coming into your life to be helping you move forward, let those come in. Let go of the things that are keeping you stuck where you're at. All right, there you go. That is group 1. We have the Moonstone and the Acceptance. That's a good group, guys. I liked it. I'm just going to put all these over here for now and deal with them later. So group number 2. Let's see. I'm just going to check this real quick, make sure we're still running, which we are. I hope you've been able to see everything okay so far. Group number 2, which the moss agate. If that resonated with you, then these are your cards that I had pulled earlier, and we will take a look at them and see what's going on. Let's see. We have unconditional trust. So, like I said earlier, I did look at this card. I pulled these other cards based on the energy of this card. And so this group of light workers and twin flames they're learning to unconditionally trust. This is difficult. Trusting at all is difficult. I'm sorry. Let's just get real. For me, at least, that's really hard. To let somebody in, to let them in and be vulnerable enough to them to be able to get to a point that no matter what they do in their life, you know that they're going to make whatever choice is best for you also. So like if they're deciding to do something, maybe you're not real happy about them going to do that thing. But what you need to know is you need to trust in spirit and unconditionally trust. Oh, here we go. We're unconditionally trusting spirit. Hello. I'm thinking we are talking about the other person in the relationship, but no, we're talking about spirit. Yeah. Okay. So we are needing to unconditionally trust spirit and what spirit says. This goes along with all the 2 videos that I did yesterday about living in fear and needing to trust that when we get a message from spirit, we should be moving on it. Just saying, oh, I'll figure that out, or I can't do this because I haven't done X, Y, and Z yet. I need X, Y, and Z done before I can do A or B. So not true. We know that. I'm teaching you that right now. There were so many things that I said I needed to do before I actually started this channel that I just was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm going to do the channel because Spirit said to, and we're doing it. We're trusting. Let's go. So here we go. Cards that we have. So the energies surrounding this group that chose group number 2 this week. We have the Knight of Swords. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean Knight. 8 of Swords. And the 9 of Wands. Okay. So if you watch many readings, you may... I'm kind of doing that myself. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. That's decent. So we have 3 different suits here. So you're kind of representing different aspects of the energy that's coming in. 8 of Swords. So I do have clarifying cards that I'm going to get here. And I also told myself if I got to a point where I wasn't quite sure to say that I was going to pull one more deck and get some actual, like, real live cards right now. But anyhow, Eight of Swords is going to be clarified with the Two of Pentacles. That actually makes sense. That's good. Thank you, Spirit, which I will explain in a minute. And then we're going to clarify the Nine of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, more Pentacles. That's good. And then clarifying of the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Emperor. Beautiful. Okay, light workers who have divine masculines or divine feminines out. And if you watch tarot card readings about this subject, usually they'll say, we say divine masculine and divine feminine. That does not mean that your gender on the outside matches your soul, if that makes sense. I happen to be female. I am divine feminine. I have very, very, very high, strong divine masculine in me also. But those energies are in one of us and they come out in different ways. Just looked at that. Sorry. I was distracted by something. So let's get on and look at this here. We have our Eight of Swords, which you see the card, and when you look at it, you know, she looks like she looks, I'm gonna do air quotes again, looks like she's stuck. She's blindfolded. Oh gosh, let me look at this here. It almost looks like her hands may be tied also. So she's bound, and she's bound for some reason, and she's feeling that pressure from all around. And that's a lot. I feel this, it's very, very heavy. And I believe in this situation, this is what the divine feminine is feeling right now. And the clarifying card here with the divine feminine here that came up with the Eight of Swords. And I'm saying it's divine feminine because this energy here, because that's essentially what Spirit is saying. That this is from the female side, these feelings of being bound and just encased and but the card that came out for that is the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is Pentacles, we've got a couple other Pentacles in here, are dealing with more like financial, very solid things. And Two of Pentacles is a card that when I see, I automatically go to somebody needs to be balancing their energies more. So we have this female here. She's feeling bound. She's feeling trapped. She needs to be moving into her Two of Pentacles energy, which is going to look more like, I'm seeing this card here with like 4 of the swords gone, and her blindfold taken off, and her hands at least untied. If she can get some of those things away from her energetically, I'm not sure exactly what they are, and that would help her to balance out her life a little bit better. We'll move on to this next card here. We are still talking about this group needing to unconditionally trust Spirit, and we have the Nine of Wands. This is a card that I am feeling like I think this is their mixed energy is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling this Nine of Wands as this couple's mixed energy. And let's see, what was the Seven of Pentacles? That is the clarifying card. And I think this is talking about needing to, what I'm feeling at least, is needing to, for these people to get on the same page. That she's kind of feeling stuck and trapped. She can do her work. We'll get to see what, this is the masculine here. We've got Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So this group of divines, this energy together is not bad. It's like meh. I like to say everything's good, but it's not. Let's get real. Life is not all about everything always being good and positive. You will have things in your life that make you not feel good, that are negative. That doesn't mean you concentrate on them. You concentrate on the positive. You concentrate on what is going to bring your energy up in vibration to be able to help this planet. As a light worker, that's your responsibility. I see it as your duty. You asked for it before you got here. So just do your job. Even if there are times it takes years to figure out what that job was that we talked about doing when we got here. But that's okay. All in due time. We need to trust, unconditionally trust spirit that there's timing involved in a lot of these things. I'm seeing the female being able to, the divine feminine, to be able to let some of this go and balance out her energies. I believe that is going to be giving a positive feel to these two cards that is going to make some kind of sort of difficult situations that may be going on right now. It may help you to move forward when your female in this situation balances her energies more. So over here we have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, a lot about finances. This is your divine masculine. He is mounted here on his horse. And he actually is, what I'm noticing now, is he's looking at this energy here also. Oh, you guys. Okay, so your Knight of Pentacles here is representing your divine masculine. Our clarifying card for the Knight of Pentacles is here, the Emperor. What that lets me know is that the masculines in these relationships possibly came into a relationship without understanding anything about energetic, any kind of energy. They just didn't get it, didn't quite get it. Like, they were open-minded enough to look into it, but they were like, now they see you. They know. This man here sees this. He sees how you're feeling. Not only does he see it, he feels it. You guys are the same person. Okay. Twin flames are, you were one soul, which I would hope if you're here watching this, you've learned this already, but it's okay. We'll do it real quick. Before you came to this earth, you were originally one soul. You then split off and separated into two parts. One part is a divine feminine, the other part is a divine masculine. Those two parts then come to this earth and then incarnate on this earth in two separate bodies. I do believe that we get to choose what those bodies are. I believe that we get to choose who our parents are even. For those situations to be able to move us through our childhoods and our younger years, formative years, to be able to move forward and learn and grow. So my whole point is that this dude came in, he wasn't real excited about things. He's understanding, he's seeing this and he's like, oh, holy moly. This is all the stuff that I had no clue was really true, and now I'm seeing all these signs and synchronicities happening, and I get it. I get it now. And he's here. He's ready. He's like, okay, tell me what to do. And she's over here going, I'm not quite sure yet. And that's okay. She has to do her work. He has to do his work. He's done some really big work, it looks like. And so the whole point is, what I'm seeing is this relationship is good. You guys are doing well. Everybody has issues. There are a lot of hard things going on in the world. There's no way that there's somebody out there who's not having issues right now, or things have not changed for them drastically. So there's a lot of change, obviously, a lot of stuff going on. My last card here that I pulled for this group, and it is going to be for our overall action that we can take to help us move through some of these energies and bring the most amount of positive energy to our union and our light work. So let's see what we have here. Wash away your burdens. I feel like we are kind of having a little bit of a theme here. We releasing things, people. If something doesn't serve you and if it's not helping you move forward and grow spiritually, you need to let it go. And don't feel bad about it. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel horrible. Don't make yourself feel bad about it. Let it go. You will be able to breathe again. And that will be a huge benefit for you. So this group who chose my little moss agate here looks good. There's some work that needs to be done, but that's okay. That's what part of the battle is, and that's part of the reason why you come and watch videos like this, is so you realize, and maybe there's some message that Spirit has said, and I have spoken to you here that has resonated with you. And if that is the case, that's great. And if you are comfortable, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and we can keep going on this little journey of ours all together. Let's put all of these to the side here since we're done with this group. And we will do our last pile here, which is the Flourite. And I do have to say that if I were watching this and I was not the one doing the reading, that this is probably the one I would have chose, even though the other two are my very favorites. But the Flourite for me is mainly because of psychic energy and clearing things out. And if that's part of the reason why you chose that one, then that's great. I also had pulled this first card and worked with this energy when I was pulling my other cards. And here we go. So I forgot that that's what it was. So we have our Flourite here. And the card that comes out first, when I asked them to give us cards, for this pile is Read the Energy. And it says Ascended Master Merlin and Mystic Merlinite. Read the Energy. It was pretty convenient considering it was the Flourite that this card came out with. So that was fun. So let's see what other messages Spirit has for us here. So it looks like we have the Justice card. It is in reverse, but I'm going to leave it because I'm going to see what the other stuff is. Oh, goodness. The Three of Swords, also reversed. And, okay. All right, Spirit, I hear you. So, 3 reversals. They're all headed the same way. Spirit is telling me right now at this moment, to not read them as reversals, that what they want is this way. Wow, so we have a couple major arcana cards that go with this Read the Energy. This is, okay. Yay, okay. Group 3, I'm feeling happy, so that's good. Let's look at the clarifying card here for Justice. The Justice card is exactly what it sounds like. It's justice. If there are things in your life that have not been balanced or fair, if you feel like you have had way more turmoil and trauma in your life than most people, then we are moving into this justice phase right now. I think this is feeling more like energy of more light worker information here, I feel like, than necessarily your relationship. Some of those things may come into this, but right now this group is the important part of this group. These are our workers. You guys get to work. Sorry. You guys are our power and our strength. This group right here, you guys are strong. I'm not even going to say anything else because I don't even know how else to say it. But there's justice coming in. I've lived through some huge, major life traumas. And you may be, I'm going to say, in your 30s-ish. Kind of, it's not middle age, I know, but you're getting there. I'm going to say 30s to 40s, age-wise is what it's feeling like to me, that up to you've had it difficult. But you've had it difficult so you can learn. And so those difficult situations were to give you some tower moments to be able to tear down those things that weren't working for you, so then you could rebuild them back up. So now we are starting to see the justice come into your life. We are starting to see the balance of all of those horrible, awful things, and you learning lessons from those horrible, awful things so you can move forward and help other people and help other spirits move up and level up. So then when they move on from this plane, which we know there are more people moving on every day, because there are going to be more people moving in every day in about 9 or 10 months. I'm sorry, there's a waiting line. If you guys did not know that, there is a waiting line. All of these new souls that are going to be coming in are going to be a majority of lightworkers, starseeds, crystal children, rainbow children. Look up any of those kinds of ideas and read into them, because that's what's going to be happening. We have people moving out and moving off of this plane that, okay, this is not meant to be rude at all, but please. They were here on this planet during the time that they were here to do the jobs that they needed to accomplish. They've done those things. It may not have been the energy work that the earth needs to have done right now, but they have done those things. They need to move on so they can level up now, because they learned what they needed to from their last life. And who knows, they may get right back in line to come right back and start it all over again, because they're like, oh, I'm not done, I gotta do that, I gotta learn more about that. So anyway, my point is, all this time that everybody's at home, all this time that we know what we're doing at home. If you're home with somebody that you love and care about, we know what we're all doing. And if you're of the age, more than likely, you will be bringing into this world either a light worker, crystal child, or rainbow child, indigo child. All of those things are huge. And those are all things that you need to be looking into now, because if that's I don't know why I'm going down this line, because I'm not ever having any more kids, but this group out there, there are going to be some of these people who are in these unions who are going to be creating children. Okay. You have your divine masculine, your divine feminine, you put them together, they're that one soul that now completes and completes that soul being able to move forward once they move on from the 3D here. And those two people helping create and let in these new light workers and crystal children, they will raise those children with enlightenment. So you guys, if you are in this group, it is your job, educate yourself so you can educate this child that will be coming into this world. Learn about these things so you can help them grow up and be the light worker that they were meant to be, to help change this world and help this planet level up. Huge responsibility, guys. Wow. Whew. I don't even know. Wow. Okay, so, and I haven't even looked at any of the clarifying cards. Great. Okay, so justice. Clarifying card for justice is King of Wands. That's good. King of Wands, we had him in another reading, I believe, out of these 3 decks. Good energy. Kings, I love kings. Kings are good. They've done some of their work. They may be moving in. He may be swift and quick to come in and want to just, plow through things. But he is okay also with sitting back and waiting for this manifestation to happen. Oh. She's manifesting this. Oh, female Divine Feminine in this relationship is manifesting this child coming in. So, okay, let's look at the Three of Swords. We have Three of Swords in the middle here. What I'm feeling from this is just the fact that there's been heartache in these people's lives. So, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, doesn't matter, either side in this group. You have both experienced some very traumatic things that you have had a very difficult time moving through. And what I've been finding is the energies that are going on right now, if you, sorry, lost my train of thought, gonna get back to this. So you guys have both had heartache issues, you've had pain in the past, you're talking about it from this point in your life, you're starting to move through that and being able to move into where you need to be at, to be able to help this kind of energy, be able to help other people on this planet move forward. This is just talking about, I feel like it's just saying, Spirit knows this is here. Spirit knows that you have dealt with these things. The other thing is that you chose to deal with these things before any of it ever happened. So that's the crazy thing. Some really bad things can happen in your life, but before you ever got here, you kind of knew that's what you were signing up for. So, in any case, let's see a clarifying card here. What do we have? Ooh, Queen of Cups. Okay. So now we're seeing a little bit more of the relationship of this couple. We see our King of Wands energy here. We have our Queen of Cups energy here. So very passionate, very fairly mature woman. I'm saying mature, that doesn't mean old. That's not what I'm saying. I mean spiritually mature woman who is in this couple also. Oh, she's going to want to make that baby, mister. I'm sorry. So I'm going to move on to the Sun here. The Sun card is amazing. This union right here, guys, is for what's happening in this world right now is probably one of the best unions that we could have energetically happening on this planet right now. And we need lots of you. So I hope lots of you pick the pile number 3 because we need you guys to be bringing in the light, the sun. We need light workers. We need them to stand up. We need them to be able to kind of hone in on other light workers' energies around them, to be able to connect to them, to be able to form a grid around the planet and Earth with this light and this love. This has to happen for us to be able to level up. So let's do it, guys. I'm sorry, get busy. That's all I'm going to say. And our lovely. So for the Sun, we have clarifying the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is, I love Pentacles because they're one of the hardest things for me to master. Because it's about finances and all of that stuff that just make me go, bleh. I want to talk about it. I want to think about it. Which is silly because I shouldn't say that. Because I can manifest that. And we will be working on those things. So yay. Queen of Pentacles here. So she's toiling. She's been working hard. She's moved through a lot of her things that were holding her back in being able to be financially stable. And for her to be financially stable, to feel like she's in a place that she feels like she wants to bring this child in. It's weird. There's not a card here that is really saying that there is a child that's coming in. That all is spirit, that it literally is just telling me this is what's happening right now. This is what's happening with this group. This is what's happening in the world. And this group of light workers, you guys are the light workers leaders. Let's put it that way. I don't know why I said it, but yeah. So you guys are the foundation. You guys are building our foundation right now. That's what you're doing. You are building our foundation for our new Earth. You are helping to build that foundation. And we do that through loving each other. We do that through being vulnerable and being willing to face those moments that make it difficult for you to move through those moments that make, blah. Totally went off there. Anyhow, I'm going to move on because I lost what I was saying on that one. Final card here for an action step that this group can take besides loving on each other, I guess. Let's see. Share your thoughts. So, when you guys are spending time together, you need to be talking about some of these things. Share those thoughts with that person. They're at a point here fairly soon that if divine feminine, if you had not talked to him about this yet because you're worried that he is going to be like, whoa, what? No, that's not where we're going. Don't be too concerned with that. I see things being able to balance out for you and both of you, and you are the driving force in this situation. You are the one who's manifesting what happens in this relationship right now. So it's okay if you want to have a baby. Sorry, it's true. It's okay. That's what we do here. We procreate. But the point of it is this is for I shouldn't say completely different purpose, but the purpose of these spirits coming in, there's a waiting line. They need you guys to get busy so they can get here sooner. Just saying. So you need to be sharing your thoughts about that. And if you're the divine feminine and this is how you're feeling right now, you need to talk to your divine masculine about that. You need to be open and honest and upfront. You need to talk to them about why you're feeling the way you're feeling, how important you feel like it is, if you feel like it's important. And that's an action step that will help you move through this process. It's beautiful, guys. Thank you. So work hard. You guys keep working. Thank you for working so hard. It's been a lot of work, and thank you for, I'm sorry, but thank you for choosing to suffer as much as you have chosen to suffer while you've been here, so you can learn the lessons that you need to learn, so you are capable of being this child's mother and father. I'm speaking to the women right now because I have this feeling that a lot of women have chosen pile number 3. So if that's the case, I would love to hear in the comments that you found that to be true. And if it resonated with you, that's awesome. If you like the way I did this reading, let me know. If you would like to see me actually shuffling all the cards. So here's the deal. I would love for you guys to be able to just trust me and know that I would never in a million years ever I take my spiritual work way too seriously to be setting things up, quote unquote. So if you think because you're not seeing me shuffle and do those things that this isn't a reading that you should be watching, that's fine. If that's your feeling, then you don't have to subscribe. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing it this way. I'm not sure how comfortable I feel with it. I want you guys to know that I'm upfront, and I want you guys to know that I'm not like sifting through my cards back here saying, oh, I think this will work great right here, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say that. And it doesn't work that way. I don't work that way. I will never work that way. I believe that what you put out into the universe, you bring back threefold. So I will not ever put negativity out there intentionally. Sometimes something may happen, or I may say something that sounds negative, but it's not anything that's intentional. I really want this channel to be able to help you guys, for you guys to move forward. So I hope it has. If it has, like, subscribe, and share. And I will be hopefully talking to you guys in the next couple of days. Thanks. Bye-bye. God bless.